to Baseless Claims, our bi-weekly casual talk fest with topics and stories that we've stumbled upon in our real lives. If you would like to add to the list of things that we talk about, go ahead and hit us up on social media or in the comments of any place that this podcast is posted. Hello, my name is Taylor.
I'm Tori.
I'm Tyler.
And we are the Shapeless crew.
Yeah, well,
The famous Shapeless.
yeah, the world, world famous.
So Taylor, what are we starting out with first?
We are starting out today with a topic that Tori, that you're right, right?
Yep.
Tori posted on the little Google Docs page that we have, and it just says introvert versus extrovert. So the way I read into this was labeling ourselves as introverted or extroverted.
Yeah.
So I'm going to actually pin this on you really quick.
Okay.
What did you mean when you wrote that down?
I think I did kind of mean that, like, not only are you introvert versus extrovert, but like greater than that, like, how does that affect your life, or what is your outlook on the other ones? Like, you know, that type of thing. Just kind of the whole situation of, like, what are you, and, like, how does that affect your life, or how do you see it affecting your life, or what do you wish you could be, or, you know, blah 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 going on with that.
Yeah.
So
okay.
yeah, that's kind of what I meant by it.
Yeah, that's no problem. I like that. Tyler, what is your initial reaction to reading the words introvert versus extrovert?
I think of, like, very specific situations because I am very introverted. I am so introverted that it physically pains me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I
me
play
too.
it off as I'm an extrovert. Like, I can manage for a small amount of time in very packed social situations where I am passable. Like, people will approach me and I can, like, have a conversation. Like, Tori knows it best with, like, people who work in, like, a service industry. If I go anywhere, like, I can have a conversation with anyone.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like, oh, how's your day going? Oh, that's really great. Well, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I need to be, like, at home. Just, like, totally by myself. I need to have, like, physical and mental isolation from people.
Yes,
And then I know
absolutely.
people on the other end of that who, like, feed. Like, it's ridiculous to me. They literally feed off of other people's energy.
I
Like,
can't even
they
wrap my
need
mind
that.
around that.
Because, like, I just remember, like, situations where with people I've worked with who, like, when I'm working, I'm working. Like, I don't want to be interrupted. I don't want people, and this could be at school or this could be just, like, my day job kind of thing. That feels weird saying my day job. But
Yeah, don't quit it. It was a low-hanging joke. I'm sorry to everyone.
You're totally fine.
But if I'm working and I'm, like, trying to get something done, like, I remember I was, like, trying to get the schedule done for my work week, where it's like, okay, like, because I would work, like, Mondays and Tuesdays were my weekends, so I'd work Wednesday through Sunday, and then sometimes Monday to get extra work done. And if I was, like, making a schedule, like, oh, sorry, I just hit the mic. If I was, like, getting my schedule done, and, like, doing inventory or something, like, I'm headphones in, like, I'm just totally in my own area. But then, like, people would come up and they'd, like, interrupt me. They'd be like, hey, how's it going today? Like, what are you doing? Like, they'd, like,
And
like,
you
if
just
they're...
you just kind of turn over your shoulder like,
Yeah, it's seriously just like, if I am doing something, don't fucking speak to me.
Yeah.
Do not fucking get in my,
I feel
like,
that.
bubble.
Yeah.
Because I am trying to do something. If this is my alone time, you see me with headphones in, you see me trying to get work done, I can't be interrupted or it'll, like, throw me off for the next hour.
It made it really hard because, like, when I was like a manager at this coffee shop I used to work at, and it's not, like, you know, that's only a few people, you know, that's a smaller amount, but I was, whenever they would come up and be like, okay, what do you want me to do right now? And I was doing something, I would, like, freeze up for, like, a minute, and I had to, like, okay, stop, mentally regroup with myself, figure it out. Okay, what can they be doing? Like, it was really hard for me when you broke my train of actions.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's what it feels like. It feels as if I was completely derailed from
Yep.
what I was doing,
Yep.
and I have to mentally regroup myself because I had this one dude I used to work with, really like him and everything, but he was such a social extrovert.
Yeah.
Where if he was having a bad day, like, he needed to feed off of people who were having a good day in order to then get himself at that level, to then he needed to socialize in order to feel normal. So he would always be, like, behind me. He'd always be, like, touching me. He would be speaking at me, and I'd be like, yo, dude, for a while it was I didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
With someone like touching me and needing to be so
the touching
talkative.
the touching bit would freak me out.
Yeah. So I at first I would be like, hey man, yeah, great, just don't touch me. I feel uncomfortable. Or like, hey, I'm busy. I'll talk to you in like 5 minutes.
Or
Because
like, hey, I'm gonna sue your ass.
yeah, hey, I will fucking destroy you in a court of law.
Yeah.
But eventually I had to say, I mean this in the nicest way possible,
But fuck
shut
off.
the fuck up.
Yeah.
Get the fuck away from me. I will speak to you when I'm done. You cannot interrupt me because I will have a severely autistic freak out.
Oh no.
My strength will grow to that of a full-grown silverback gorilla, and I will put your head through this desk. Now, what can I help you with in 10 minutes, sir?
Yep.
So I've always viewed this as, for me personally, I've always viewed this as kind of a spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
So when
I am on the spectrum.
You're talking about autism still, I assume?
no, I'm talking about introverted versus extroverted.
Continue.
Sorry.
No,
Carry
you're fine.
on.
You're fine. I've always viewed it as a spectrum for me, at least, for me personally, where different sets of time changes what becomes introverted for me, or like an introverted feeling for me. So, if it's just me at my house working on something, that's introverted.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have like 2 friends over that I wasn't expecting, that's an extroverted situation because I wasn't expecting it, and I'm all of a sudden putting in the effort to, like, I'm already putting in the effort to like socialize and be more energetic than if I was, in just an introverted situation.
But I think right there shows that it's not situational. It's who you are, because you say like, oh, I'm putting in the effort. Right there, an extrovert, that's not putting in effort. That's
Right.
energizing.
Right, and I was gonna continue on with that.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's important that you get your points in too. So
Some would
if
argue
I
more important.
if I have
Sorry.
if I have 2 people coming over that I'm expecting and I'm ready for, I still view that as an introverted situation because I'm comfortable in that situation, and it's not a really large group that I'm not putting a lot of effort into or feeding off of other people. Right? So for me, it's like the size of the group and how close I am to them feels like an introverted versus extroverted situation for me. If I'm going to like a club or a party, definitely extroverted, never is going to be introverted at all for me.
you're gonna be a wallflower that whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there have been some outliers in that.
Yeah.
Like there, are some days where I feel really good.
I know.
What?
No, I've been to a party with you.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
We party.
we party, bro.
Here at Shapeless
I
Gaming,
want to make
we
it clear to
fucking love
everyone,
partying.
I go to parties, all right? Hit me up, slide into my DMs. I will come to your party.
Yeah, it's like
10,000 retweets and I'll go to prom with you.
I guess I was mainly talking like actual like going out to like clubs and stuff with like
Yeah.
strangers and stuff. Like there's only been one instance where I felt really comfortable with that, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna like be an actual socializing person and
Yeah.
be kind of extroverted, and it felt good for that day, but I wouldn't do it like all the time. So I guess it's just like it depends on the situation, it depends on the day. I don't really like hammering myself into one or the other, and if you do, that's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just for me personally, I kind of ebb and flow between the two.
Yeah.
Good
And-
use of the word there.
Ebb
Yeah.
and flow.
That
Yeah.
phrase. It's good. I think I'm very much an introvert, like Tyler was saying, but like I've talked about it before, but sometimes going to a store I won't do because I don't want to run into someone that I know and have to like talk to them because I just want to get into the store and get out. I don't want to talk to anyone. I'll go to the self-checkout, or I don't want to talk to a cashier. I don't want to answer any questions about that. Even that is enough. And that, that's not only introvert, that's social anxiety as well. But it's I need to be alone a lot of the time.
And that's fine.
I need to like be able to go home and just completely be by myself. No one there to interrupt me. What?
I don't know if you're like this, but I realized something with myself the past few days. Like I will blow
Bazinga.
off family members. Like, if they try
yeah.
to text me, if anyone tries to get a hold of me in a day where I didn't plan on speaking to them,
Yep.
I will absolutely ignore them.
That's-
I don't want to, but it messes with my day. If I'm in the middle of something and I get a text from someone, I'm putting my phone away, and I'm just like, if I'm driving and I see that my phone gets a message from like grandma or my mom or my dad, I will be, oh, fuck, silence, and
Yeah.
I'll keep
Really?
driving because it throws me off.
Yeah.
I didn't want to speak to them at that moment, so I can't bring myself to do it.
That's okay. So I feel that way in terms of like plans as well. So to me, like routines, you kind of get into routines, and for me, like my sacred time is mornings. I need to be able to, like, I have my routine I do every time I wake up, and I want to enjoy my coffee and just let myself wake up. Give me like an hour. That's so I
me
wake
too,
up with
dude.
enough time for that and everything. If someone could be morning, or if I'm like, if I have the plan for the night and I'm like, my plan is to get home from school, get home from work, whatever, and just like relax and catch up on even simple things. And someone's like, hey dude, you want to go out? My first instinct is, no, I can't. I didn't plan that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, but like tonight I'm sitting and
this.
I'm doing this.
yeah.
Like that is my plan. And
That's
people are like,
important
dude,
to
you're
you.
doing
Yeah,
laundry,
yeah.
blow. But like that routine, that mental,
You have to get in a headspace for it.
Yeah.
That's
You
exactly
prepared
right.
yourself that entire day to do that thing. So if someone suggests doing another thing, I can't
Yeah.
do it.
And
I didn't prepare for that all
Yeah,
day.
you're like, I cannot do this. And like, I can't even wrap my mind around extroverts. Like people who get energy from like they feel if they're alone, they don't know how to handle it, and they have to go out and be around people in order to like get energy. I cannot even wrap my mind around that.
I don't know, because with homework even I
Even-
do that. Because if I'm such a bad procrastinator
Me
too, that comes into it. Where
Same.
if I plan, like I've had this plan now forever. I love doing this on my breaks. I'm on a 2-week break now from school. I love doing this on my breaks where I can take a full day. I'll do laundry, I'll dust, I'll clean my bathroom, I'll clean the entire fucking house. But I need to prepare, like, okay, Wednesday I'm doing this.
Yep.
Or and then if someone says, "Hey, do you want to hang out Wednesday?" No, I can't.
Yeah.
Because
Really?
if I then do that, I just put off doing that chore for another week.
Okay,
because I can't.
that's really interesting to me because I also like doing that of just having a day to, like clean and just be around the house and make everything all nice in the house, but I never plan it. However, if someone asks me to do something while I'm in the middle of that, I won't do it. So
That's just
it's
being
very
responsible.
it's just very interesting to me that you guys plan this out in ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
I'll
an
know.
Not only that, it's almost sacred.
yeah, and it's I'm not saying that this is a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just very interested with this.
We might be on the autistic spectrum.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that.
Brought to you by the Autistic Foundation of America. Yeah, like
We should put that in the description.
it's like I'll get. Please donate on our behalf.
yeah, exactly.
We're really sorry. Yeah, it's,
Imagine if that's how people got away with making shitty jokes. It's just
Please
like
donate
people
on
do,
our behalf.
please
people
donate.
do get away with
That's
that.
actually fair.
That
I
is
didn't think about
100%
that.
a thing that happens.
And I have to apologize, Tori, for like kind of laughing under my breath earlier when you're talking about.
Yeah,
your
yeah,
sacred
what was
times
that
in the morning. I just thought of being like a total asshole, like waking up at 6 and texting you right away, like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" Like, just totally fuck with you.
and I don't
But that's
have
a terrible thing to do. So
Well,
why
I
would
don't
I
have
do
it where
that?
text throw me off necessarily. But I just have it like if someone presents a plan or if yeah, I don't even know how to it's weird because it's just like how I'm wired.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not something I like I'm so self-aware sometimes that it's painful. Like I break down personalities, and when I'm alone, it's one, recharging me, but two, sometimes I get like so lost in my own head and I start deconstructing who I am as a person and like what makes Tori.
Ooh, it's like the fucking Matrix.
And then I get sad.
Yep.
Because I hate
feel
it.
that.
And that's
I feel
another
that.
thing, like I do that with other people too, and not in a bad way. Like it's not like a talking shit type of way. It's more of like a how do you think they operate? It's like trying to deconstruct people in like, it's really weird, and I don't know why I do it, but I think all of that kind of comes back to like that introverted headspace.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It's just interesting in general.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we can talk about it without people like,
Well, it's because there's no one else here.
well,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean. I mean, like,
Or watching.
Tori.
Or listening.
Tori. I'm listening.
Hey, Tyler from the future. How's it going?
Milk, eggs,
Don't forget to like,
sugar.
comment, subscribe.
Just come up with
Before you forget, you're going to want those black bean patties. I'm hoping I'm driving while I'm listening to this.
And you're
I'm
like, oh, shit.
yes.
That's the whole point of this podcast. It's
So I
actually
don't
not
forget
like
my
substance
grocery
at all.
list.
Yep.
It's a really funny
I'm
idea.
passing subtle clues to myself the entire time.
The other thing about introverts that I feel like through school, like through social teachings, introvert is very much negatively connotated. You know what I mean?
I
I don't think so.
agree,
Really?
but not 100%.
Explain.
So, in terms of like River Falls, where we're going to school, there are a lot of extroverts that we hang out with on a daily basis and like are in our classes. And it might seem like the norm because it's the majority of what like you're exposed to at River Falls, I'd say. Would you agree or
I would
disagree?
say I have.
No? Okay, I'm sorry.
I would say my experience is different because I have wonderful friends who understand everything that like weird happens in
I
my
don't
head.
think he means us.
I don't at all.
Oh.
I don't.
that's
You're
fair.
shit.
Oh.
You're garbage. You're a garbage person. Run that sword through your heart right now. Yeah, that's it. Take it off.
Wow. For the audio listeners, Taylor just removed the Master Sword. Yes, I said
He
it. The
is
Master Sword.
unsheathing the sword.
Typical.
But I have awesome friends who, if I tell them, if they ask, hey, do you want to go out tonight, or do you want to go to a bar, or hey, do you want to come over? I can say no. I need a day to myself.
Yeah.
I'm doing this thing right now, and they get it. They're understanding. So I love that. I think
Yeah.
that people I know or people I have been hanging out with have been incredible with understanding that.
I'm a people pleaser, so if someone asks me to do something while I'm feeling down, I'll do it anyway. Because I have this really terrible mindset where I'm like, I can handle it. I don't want other people to be sad, so I'll just deal with it. And I need to get over that, but I'm slowly working on that.
You need to be for you.
Yeah.
You need to care
I'm
about
only
you.
for me. All I care about is myself. But I feel like I've always felt like introverted was like, that's bad. And maybe that's because my family is the most extroverted family of all fucking time.
I can see that now.
And
yeah.
they think that I'm like some like psycho kid because I need to be by myself.
You
Or
do
they're-
remind me a lot of Dexter. Not Dexter's Lab, the show about the serial
Dexter's
killer.
Lab. Yeah, you're talking about like, I'm a very neat monster.
Yeah.
Is it because I look like Michael C. Hall? Please say it. Please say it.
It's because you have a morning routine. And I
thought
was
that
thinking,
was-
when you were
Damn
talking
it!
about having your morning routine,
You were
I
just
thought
thinking of
like,
the intro credits.
I was thinking
yeah.
of the intro credits, but then if it was like abruptly interrupted one time, like if
Oh.
something threw
like
it off.
season 4.
I was thinking of American Psycho. That's why I thought Christian Bale. Go
Holy
on.
shit, they did do that.
Yeah,
What?
Incredible job, showrunners.
season 4 is really good. Check it out. We're sponsored by Dexter.
I am so lost right now.
You've never seen Dexter?
Nope.
You should watch it. It's a really good show. It's
I
on
have
Netflix.
the box set.
He
that's
does.
Oh,
shaped
wow.
like a blood case. It's awesome.
Ooh.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's
neat.
You know what it is.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay. But yeah, I feel like it's always been very stigmatized. Is that what I was talking about? Sure it is.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always been very stigmatized, and not only with my family, but I feel like in school we've kind of learned like that you have to do, and it's like, well, you just got to do it. You know, everyone doesn't, everyone wants to stay inside sometimes, but you have to do it regardless. And it's like, no, you don't get it. I have to be inside. I have to right now. Like, I cannot go out. And if I really have to like push myself, or if I have so many things stacking up that the time I plan for myself, even if that time is just me cleaning my kitchen while watching a fucking YouTube video or listening to music or a podcast or something like that, if that gets pushed off, that 45 minutes equates to like a week of just I don't want to say sadness, but just flatness. Like me
Yeah,
and you
we
were
were
discussing
talking about
before
this
the show,
before the
where it's
show.
like I've had a lot that's been kind of thrown at me lately, and of course that throws off everything when I get a bunch of random stuff thrown at me, and just for like the last like week or so, I've just kind of felt very flat.
Yep. And the way I explained it before the show, before you even got here, Tyler, so you're caught up to speed here, is waveforms and like visualizers.
Oh, he knows.
Oh, I know waveform.
Gaudio? You asking
talking-
Gaudio
I'm
right now?
sorry. I'm sorry.
Dude.
Anyway, so it's like a normal day, you'd see all the peaks and curves, right? But on a day like we're describing, everything is limited and flat. Nothing goes above that line. Nothing goes below that line.
Oh, I know that feel.
Exactly.
Oh, I
yeah.
know that feel.
That's what we were discussing, just so you're caught up to speed.
And I don't know what to call it, and I don't know.
I mean, just
I can't
in a
pinpoint-
rut is fine.
I can't. Yeah, maybe I just can't pinpoint it, but it's kind of just like, I don't know. This is getting off topic, but yeah,
No,
I
we're
feel
still-
like it's been stigmatized, and I feel like it's, as an introvert, it's hard. And like, Shapeless has been a big way to sort of help push me out, like ease me out of it, because we're obviously not in front of it. It's just us, and no one watches. So like, I've been able to get better at speaking and be a better conversationalist, just due to talking a lot.
Yeah,
just having to talk a lot, having to like, we try to stick to like a pretty strict schedule, and it can be difficult or whatever, but we make sure we do it, and that's good to like push it, I feel like.
And I'm so glad that you stick to the release schedule for Shapeless that you
Except
do.
for today, you prick.
Well, no, that's not his fault.
That
Tyler,
was you suggested
Tyler,
recording today.
guys.
Oh, no, I meant
Oh, sorry. What? Go on.
for Skyrim.
Yeah, at the time of recording, Skyrim's had a fuckload of issues.
Yeah.
But
John YouTube, show yourself.
just we're finding you, John YouTube. It's your fucking fault. No, it was actually is John Adobe. John
Adobe is
Premiere
fucking
Pro.
it up.
Yeah, but don't worry, we got it. It's good to go. It'll be uploaded and it'll be
Yay.
up tomorrow, a day late.
Yep. That's fine though. But back on what I was saying, I'm glad that you stick to that rigid schedule, because every time I've tried, I have fucking failed.
Really?
Yes, because I'll make a schedule for myself for like uploading or streaming or something, and I'll do it for like the first week or maybe like week and a half, but then just that one time where I'm just like, oops, I overbooked myself today, so I can't either put this video out or stream, and then I don't do it ever again.
That's me with working out / eating healthy. I can't.
That's me with everything
The most
when I
I've
think
ever
about
done it
it.
for is like 3 months,
Ooh.
and I didn't. And it's like I always fall off of it, no matter how much I tell myself, like,
It's hard.
Tori, you need to eat something that's
Self-discipline
going
is
to be
fucking
better.
hard.
Yeah,
It is.
self-discipline is really hard.
But I think obviously this is different because one, it feels to me like preparation for something I don't. It's like something that I don't see yet,
okay.
but it feels like,
Coming this summer.
when a man gets stressed. No, but like, it can get stressful when we're trying to do stuff because this is obviously like a side thing, but trying to make it a priority and get it out on time every week. I feel like it's helping with the self-discipline, and it's helping with like, in the instance that we're going to be doing a lot of freelance work or like self-producing work, being able to like hold yourself to a strict schedule. I don't know. I don't even know.
No, I'm glad that like you're doing this for yourself too.
Yeah.
It's not just like, hey, Tyler and Taylor are gonna come over and we're gonna have the
and that's the thing.
Is
It's like I very much hope you guys feel the same.
Oh,
At least
absolutely.
to an extent, or you can at least understand that aspect.
no,
of it.
I totally understand and appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love doing this shit with you, and I'm so glad that at least one of us is like keeping it on track at a rigid, like we upload this day, we do this kind of format and everything, and we can just supplement it with our skills. Like
I was just talking to someone today. When you were saying that Skyrim was having problems uploading, I was just saying like, God, all I do is depend on Tori to edit the footage, get it
Wow.
out on the right schedule, export it, pretty much do all of the promoting. Am I asking too much here? Am I asking one man of too much to just hold down the line for everything we do? I'm only sending you to the front line for everything. You're a one-man army. I expect results.
I like this bit.
I like it too. Keep going.
That
Continue. Go on. Yeah.
But I think that's why people see therapists or see personal trainers. They have someone in every aspect of their life to push them, to have them.
Right.
There needs to be someone almost beyond yourself for a lot of things to hold you accountable. And that's why there's directors, producers, there's so many, like, in a collaborative project, in even simple Taylor, wipe that fucking smug smile off
There's
your
always
goddamn
someone.
face.
There's always someone who has to be like, say
a
that again.
position higher than you.
Yep, that's why only the one man up there can help me.
That's
That's why I was laughing.
Shout out to Jay Christ. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but that's why people hire personal trainers and everything.
It
is to
is.
then like someone needs to be accountable, because that's the hardest part about any task is the self-discipline that goes behind it.
Or hold like your close good friends, or
My close good friends.
or like if someone is trusting like their wife or husband or whatever, like something like brother or sister, something like that, telling someone so that you're then held accountable by, if it's a self, if you're at work, you have a boss, like if you want to get paid, you have to do it, and the boss is gonna
please,
make sure.
boss man.
Yeah.
And I do mean man.
And I do
Women
mean in the
just
biblical
aren't
sense.
fit to be
We went in two.
leaders. That being said, donate to the whatever National Women's Fund.
International Women's Day.
Donate to International Women's Day on our behalf.
We gave
We're
you a
sorry.
day. Get over it. But telling a friend, telling someone to keep you accountable for it. I think can be helpful.
Kind of jumping into a similar topic here that I think would segue really nicely is then, what is your at peace, like happy place or activity then that where you get recharged and you get refreshed? What is your happy place or activity?
That's a good question.
I knee-jerk reaction is like activity would be getting like coming home after something or whatever, and then being able to just dive into a series that I'm really into, like that I'm already kind of, it's always harder to like start something and get into it again. But if you're already super deep into something, being able to like get home and like, all right, let's continue. That always feels really good, I think. As far as happy place, like home, honestly, like if my happiest like recharge place, home. But
This is a really tough question for me.
it can be
Which is
loaded, because like happy place could be like,
maybe a problem, but
because for you it could be like, oh, happy place is the cabin that you talked about before. But like,
oh yeah, I really do love that cap. Fucking,
Get
I'm
on
trying.
that fucking
I'm
mic,
trying, Tyler.
I'm gonna make you get on that fucking mic.
for everyone listening, watching, we are aware that Taylor sometimes fades away from the mic, but we're trying to keep him mouth
Centered.
facing here. We've talked to him numerous
guess-
times. If you don't have that report by Monday, you're canned.
Oh man, that'll be awkward for the channel, huh?
Yeah, because we'll need you back next podcast.
Yeah.
Trial basis only.
I was gonna say it's just based
Your
on
30-day
commission.
free trial has ended. Please resubscribe. You can't keep using different credit cards and emails
Damn
either
it.
for the free membership.
That's how I do everything. No, but like you said, the cabin up north Derry. Yeah, that is a happy place, but like that's not a place I can go to regularly.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm just trying to think about. Oh, now you're controlling my hand movements?
Yes, because when you cuff your mouth like this, it adds a weird effect, and
Yeah.
you're gonna hear it when I do this now.
We've
and
had-
then when
we've
I
had
take
issues
my
with this in
hand
the
away,
I'm just the fucking worst, you guys. I'm sorry.
If Tyler's talking, I can go like this. But if you're talking
Okay.
and you come back in front of the mic,
hands away.
I just do video editing, man. I make
Yep.
the silly haha visual jokes. I can't talk. Are you kidding me?
sorry, we're asking too much. Too much of one mortal.
No, but like,
The cabin.
yeah, the cabin, but that's like a once every year, maybe 2 year kind of a thing. And that's a really nice time to go up there. But like on a regular basis, I would say just like solo queuing into a competitive game. Right now it's PUBG. And I think that's a really good place for me right now because it's just like a really wide open map.
Yeah.
If we're getting to like the game design of it, I can go anywhere on that map. Like the choice is completely up to mine.
The game, being in the game feels like home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I get
and like
that.
just being able to choose like even the most minute detail or even the most pointless detail. Like, do I want this code on the ground or this code on the ground? Because you can pick up cosmetics in the middle of the game. I just like having that choice to myself. Because a lot of my life, I feel, is dictated by external choices for me right now. So like somebody comes to me and says, hey, can you do this thing? And I go, yep, you got it. Because, you know, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And it's like my job. It's how I act around people and everything.
You're a people pleaser.
Yeah, I'm a people pleaser. So to have a place where I can just be, you know, me and just do what I want to do in that space is pretty good for me. And PUBG kind of scratches that itch right now.
But I mean, I'm sure that's translatable to games that you're into at the time. The way I decide being into like a series or whatever, like, in a lot of ways for me, like hopping into Skyrim feels comfortable. It feels like going home. It feels like a place that I'm familiar with and like being there and stuff like that. And that can go for a lot of games if I'm into at the time or whatever. And you know, same for series or movies or whatever. Kind of hopping into that external world where either you're in control or you like.
And that's what a happy place is. It's almost like a different world.
It is. Yeah, it feels like that anyway.
Exactly. Because my happy place for sure is activity based.
Disney World.
I'm going to Disney World.
Disney World.
Move that bus.
New sweepstake. The first 5 people to like this video get a trip to Disney World. We can't offer that.
No, we cannot.
We cannot offer that.
Please
on our
donate
budget.
to the Disney Foundation.
But
in the
we
comments
will.
below.
We will put a link in the description
to
that
the
you
Disney
can
World website.
You can book your very own trip.
for full price.
Dream vacation, Tori. You have to say book your own dream vacation.
Book your own dream vacation.
Was
with
that in
Shapeless?
the document
cross
that Disney sent
Disney.
us? I want to make sure that we're hitting all the legal notes here.
But I love going on walks. Like when I am completely by myself, I love either just putting headphones on or on times where I've been listening to music all day, like I've been editing all day. I want to hear nothing but just silence or the sounds around me. I will go on walks. It doesn't matter what time, like 2 a.m. or just make like a whole day of it where I'll just like go on a walk through trails or something. I fucking love that shit. That feels like when I can completely recharge. I can isolate myself. Going back to that introvert thing, I can be completely on my own. I'll turn my phone off, and it's so goddamn refreshing. It's unbelievable. Just what finding that place is for you, just what it does for the soul is just gorgeous.
And if I wanted to get really gushy and kind of gross about this, I feel extremely recharged when Jay and I can have some time and cuddle. Because I like physical
touch. A happy
touch.
place can be a person.
Yeah. And like I just really like physical touch. That makes me feel very safe and cared for. So when there's a day where I've just like had a day or whatever, and I can come home and like they're sitting on the couch like playing a game or whatever, right? And I just kind of like set my shit down and just crawl on the couch and just do kind of like this number and just like curl up and like right in front of them, and they're just like, "Hi." I'm like, "Hello."
You just become the cat.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Hello, I am Taylor the cat. Please give me love and affection.
Oh God! Please don't make that a character. I don't want that reoccurring.
Me
Taylor
neither.
already wants to fuck that cat.
God damn it! No, we're not doing this.
He gets real weird with that cat.
I called your cat a bimbo because I thought it was funny, and you were all
no
like,
one's gonna say that's okay. No one is gonna
It's
be
a
on your
funny
side.
word.
No one uses the word bimbo if you're not trying to
You know
write
what? I'm gonna
slut
make it a
in
thing.
lipstick on their
I'm
titties.
gonna make it a thing. I'm gonna call you a bimbo, and I'm gonna call you a bimbo. You're a bimbo, audience.
Thanks for watching.
Now, wait, that's our cute name for our audience now. What's up, bimbos?
Oh shit! Oh, it's my worst nightmare.
Yeah, it is.
I hate when people give their fans weird fucking names.
Please title this episode "What's Up, Bimbos."
No.
Nope.
I know. It's
No,
a long
thank
shot.
you.
Nope.
No, thank you.
God damn.
I'm not into that at all. I don't know. Whatever you're into, I would say it's okay, but at the same time,
But yeah, that's where the whole happy place argument or not argument, but like topic for me, kind of straight into as we were talking about it. I didn't want to get like super gushy and gross, but here we are.
Ew. Gross.
Cooties.
Finding care in other people. Ew.
You are an extrovert. Yeah.
Should we move on?
Let's move on.
You got something?
Let's move on from
Tyler,
this life.
Tyler, take on.
Wow.
Take it over. Take it over.
I just saw the Tomb Raider movie.
Oh,
No.
is that out?
Yeah, it is. It's the fucking worst movie I've ever seen in my goddamn
no.
life.
I feel like you might. You want to talk about it a lot.
I fucking hated it. I
boy.
fucking hated it. All of the characters only were there to serve Lara, who is the main character, and it's just got every fucking basic standard action movie trope you could imagine. It's like they threw 2 writers in a room and said, hey, have this done by lunch. Also, we get a short lunch, so you have about an hour and a half. Clock's ticking, let's
That's
go.
a short lunch.
And they were at their wits' end. They were just like, how do we make just the safest fucking movie we can? Okay, let's have it be your standard origin story where, why are you like this? You know, your father's death really impacted you. It's like they give you every major plot point through another character just describing it for you. And it's totally unrelated to what's going on.
You know, it'd be really fun to do with those kind of movies, or just movies in general, is just have a bingo sheet of like just a whole bunch of tropes.
You could honestly, this is the only
Is
movie.
this a blackout?
This is the only movie I have ever seen where the person I was seeing this movie with, we were able to predict the next lines that would come out of the other person's
Really?
mouth. Yes.
That's bad.
We were predicting exactly what would happen, and sure as shit, every time it was like fucking clockwork, exactly the points they hit.
We
Like
did that in Sonic,
1
didn't
o'clock
we?
comes next. Oh, 2 o'clock comes next. Wait, now we're going to get the 3 o'clock scene.
Yep.
It was just standard.
Wow.
Yeah, paint by numbers type thing.
And
That's depressing.
I cannot believe that they would do that, especially now in the age of that we're seeing of strong female action heroes that we are getting.
Well, that's entirely what it was. It was a cash in on.
Sorry for the abrupt cut there. I put 3 new batteries instead of 4 new batteries in my recorder. I thought, okay, what's the math on this? If 1 battery is near empty and 3 are full, it can just kind of like fill that space, right?
I'm not in algebra
Not-
anymore.
Didn't happen. Didn't happen.
Did not happen.
What are you
Anyway,
expecting
we're
from
back.
us?
We're back.
Tyler, Tomb Raider,
We're
how'd you
back
think?
with the boys.
Did it just die?
It pissed me off. What?
The recorder, it had just died.
It
right?
had
Yeah.
literally
Okay, cool.
the goodbye. Remember how I always make fun of the goodbye, see you?
Yep.
I just saw, I
Okay.
looked down and I saw that flash up.
Okay, cool.
Let's hope it was instant, though.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
there might be like a second or 2 buffer.
It's just,
All right, cool.
All right, cool.
but yeah, what I was saying was it was a paint by number movie where everything was just awful. They kept getting to plot point in just instant time, where it was, oh, yeah, okay, this needs to happen because action movie and
Because action.
action movie and this needs to happen. Like, she was just viciously injured. Okay, well, now she's climbing a rock face and killing people because, you know, we just want her to be injured for a second. And just dumb ass shit. They quite literally ripped off the Indiana Jones movies.
Ugh.
There was a final tomb puzzle that they had to go through. So instead of the first puzzle being, you know, where you have to kneel and pray, otherwise the saw will come and cut your head off, it was spikes that'll come through the floor in the exact same kind of situation. The second puzzle, where the floorboards were falling if you didn't step on the right ones, it was the exact same thing, except they periodically fell until you solved the puzzle on the door.
How did an ancient people do that?
I don't-
There's like some programming
Because
involved with that
action
shit.
movie. Third puzzle, where you have to jump on the invisible walkway. Same thing, you just had to make a big jump. So there was no invisible walkway. You just had to make a
the
big
arm
jump.
flailing jump?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what Laura does.
it's Lara.
Lara.
Lara, eat your beans, Lara. I don't know where
It
the fuck
was
that came from.
bad. All I need to say is that this movie was painful to get through, as in the way of, okay, well, I know what's coming now. And even though I knew it was coming, God, that was still bad.
Have you guys ever considered walking out of a movie?
Yes. Yeah.
Really? I have never had that opportunity, probably because I don't go to too many movies. I should, but I don't.
I have nearly walked out on Suicide Squad because it was painful. I have nearly walked out on 50 Shades of Grey because that was just bad. That was just a bad movie.
I have a lot wrong with that.
It wasn't even... I don't think anyone who wrote that movie has ever had sex. I think
I don't think the person who wrote the book had sex.
Well, like if they weren't married,
they
then
just
that's-
put a room full of virgins. They had 'em
you were
right-
like played that out. You're like yeah, makes sense. Wait, what?
And I have walked out of one movie.
What was
and
it?
it was at the Science Museum. It was a documentary about space, and in the first 45 seconds, they started doing the whole opening sequence, and then it said, narrated by Jennifer Lawrence. And then I instantly walked out because
I hate Jennifer Lawrence so much.
It wasn't just
wow,
like...
you got so mad there.
It was not just the, oh, I'm klutzy, I like pizza, I'm relatable. It wasn't that. It was, I can't stand her voice, so I was not going to sit through that for an hour and a half.
Guys,
I can't stand a thing about her.
Guys, we have J-Lo coming on the podcast next week.
No, that's J Law. You're talking.
Oh,
J Lo
God.
is Jennifer Lopez.
Thank God.
I would be in for a treat if a documentary was narrated by Jennifer Lopez. Are you fucking kidding me?
Ridiculous.
I would get, oh my God, she could narrate it in Spanish. I would watch the English
Wait,
subtitles.
did I fuck up the name?
Yep, J Law. That's what it is. Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, who were we talking about?
Jennifer Lawrence, yeah.
You said J Lo.
Yeah.
Who is Jennifer Lopez?
Right. Fuck. Go on.
Or J Law also being Jude Law.
Jude Law. That's the real J Law.
That is the person.
Shout out to the real J Law.
That's who's coming next week.
We got Jude Law on the podcast?
God damn.
Holy shit. It's a good thing we do it bi-weekly so you won't hear from Jude Law. That's the reason you're not going to hear. That's the reason you're not going to
we have
see
our
it.
high ticket guests the week off.
Yeah, exactly.
I almost walked out of the Transformers. That was the first one with Mark Wahlberg in it. I don't remember what it was called. Like it wasn't
Age of Extinction or
Age
something?
of Extinction. That's what it was.
Never saw it.
You know how we joke about product placement all the time?
Oh God, I couldn't
Straight up
stand
the
that.
most like blatant. It was like, oh, what can these? Like, it was like some material that could like create anything, like a la Big Hero 6.
Oh, yep, I remember.
And
this.
he was like, yeah, this material can transform into anything. Do you like music? And he holds his hand up, and it forms into like a Beats thing, and he's like, The Pill by Dr. Dre, and like looks at the camera, like holds it up to the camera, brand facing out. And there was another part in the movie. There's like a Bud Light truck.
Kill it with fire.
And then like it gets hit by another car, like hit by a transformer or something like that. And and then he like there's beer spilled everywhere, and he picks it up and like Bud Light logo facing the camera, like like
Let's go fight some robots.
it was just the most like blatant
Wow.
product placement
Yikes.
I'd ever
That's
seen. It was
the worst.
so bad. Oh man, just rough to watch.
The only movie I like can remember like getting actually upset at while I was watching it was The Last Jedi, which was just like the first, opening joke I put in
As
air
soon
quotes.
as soon as that hit.
Quips started coming, you're like, ugh.
Yeah, I was just turned off by
Woof.
it. I didn't walk out, but I was just like, oh God, I hope this isn't the whole time. Because
It
like,
nearly was.
are you fucking telling me that you're gonna have a Skype call joke in a fucking world where we've shot projections across the fucking galaxy like 6 movies ago? Fuck that! Sorry, I got really mad there.
Yeah,
for a second.
no, that was annoying.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie or like considered actually like getting up and leaving. One, because no movie has made me that upset, and 2, because I'm stingy with my money.
Yeah,
So
and
if
you
I paid for it,
yeah,
god
yeah.
damn it, I'm staying through the whole thing, whether
Yeah.
I like it or not. But yeah, like that's an interesting thing. I I had a bus driver when I was in middle school, and
touched me.
No, I like
Bigly.
no one really seemed to like him because he was like kind of a grouchy old man. But, you know, me being the bubbly, happy kid that I was like, I'm going to be this guy's only friend. So every day I'd be like, hey, so-and-so, because, like, I somehow found out his name. And, you know, at first, you know, it's like that, like, video game progression for someone who doesn't want to talk to you. At first, he was just like, meh, you know. But, like, gradually, he was just like, hey, how's it going? And, like, I was the only kid he did it to. And there was one day where the whole bus was full by the time he got up to me. And I sat in the seat, like, you know, if this is the driver's seat, I sat in the one to his back right. So, like, if he wanted to talk to me, he could just, like, lean over his shoulder while driving.
And that's how Taylor caused an entire bus crash filled with kids.
No, but we were talking about movies for whatever fucking reason. And no, we were talking about Star Wars. I think the person I was sitting with, we were talking about Star Wars. And he leaned back and goes, I walked out of the first Star Wars film, absolutely hated it, and then kept driving. And I was like, cool. Thanks, dude.
Wow.
And then he got arrested for child porn.
Yikes. Why do we vilify bus drivers? Why do we vilify bus drivers? So
Because they're all diddlers.
Mostly all of them.
The worst Batman villain of all time, the diddler.
That's not a Batman villain.
Yeah, it is.
It should be.
Yeah, it is. It's canon.
That's just
It's
new
canon.
it's the new canon.
Have you seen Justice League? It's new canon.
It's new 52 canon.
New 52. Fucking comic books, man. They're so wild.
Never read one.
I got into Batman comics for a really short while there.
Oh, I'm
I've got
Tyler. I like my Excel spreadsheets and weeb shit.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I've just
I
never
don't like Excel
who likes
spreadsheets.
Excel spreadsheets? Come on,
No
that was
one
the
likes
meanest thing
looking
you've
at
ever
Excel
said.
spreadsheets.
Sorry about
If
that,
you
guys.
hand me a resume,
I'm sorry.
If you hand me a resume and it was made on Excel, I'm tossing that bitch. I
Who
don't
makes
care.
a resume in Excel? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Exactly, I've
Here,
seen it.
Let me give you some ammo to fire back at me, Tori. I've got Sonic the Hedgehog comic books. You can read them.
We've made fun of you enough for that,
I
Taylor.
know, not on the podcast.
This isn't a joking matter. It's just upsetting, honestly.
I don't know why you're like this.
Me neither.
Nobody loves you. I'll just say it.
It's in the public conscious. We're going to put it out there once and for all.
What are we at on time?
Do we got chili dogs? Anyone? All right. That's a comic book thing, right? You told me about that.
The
All right.
Sonic
I want to
comic
make sure
book.
I got
He likes
that right.
chili dogs. That's fucking weird.
we
We should
could-
not
we-
talk about that because I will
no.
go for fucking ever
No,
on
yeah,
that.
okay.
No one wants to hear that.
I know. That's why I'm scared. Oh God.
What
I like this next bit. Your thoughts on birthdays. Tyler, you wrote this down. What do you mean?
I could care less about birthdays. I
Now,
hate my own birthday.
I was
could
just about to ask.
I hate your birthday too.
Yep.
I was just about to ask, what are your opinions on your birthday and other people's birthdays?
I hate my birthday. I don't see it as a thing that needs to be celebrated. It's congratulations, I'm a year older. Whoop-de-doo. Let's fucking ignore me for a full day because that's what I would like. Let's just all collectively not speak to me because that is my at peace.
Bringing it back to the introvert thing.
Exactly.
Just leave me alone.
Leave me alone on my birthday because I don't want your phone calls. I don't want your text messages, especially if Tori texts me happy birthday. That's fine. If my
thought you were gonna say
if
that's
my
fucked.
dad tries to call me to say happy birthday, it's like, okay, you and I both know we don't care about today. This means nothing
If
to
your
us.
fucking grandma calls you to sing happy birthday at like 6 in the morning, not
the fuck?
fucking having
what the
it.
fuck, Grandma Jackie?
Yeah, come on, Jackie. Come
I'm just
on,
saying-
Jackie.
Like,
I'll
family
fight you.
Family members, I speak to like twice a year on Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then, hey, happy birthday. Shut up.
Yeah.
Let's just not do this.
Yeah.
Not because I hate you. It's because there's no need for us to talk when we don't need to talk.
Exactly.
There's we don't just because we're family, we do not have to talk all the time.
Yep.
It's not because we don't like each other. It's just we're in very different social circles and we don't ever need to conjoin them because it's just
Man,
unnecessary.
I feel bad for having a good family again because we have really good birthday traditions, and I just feel bad because you guys are just bashing it back and forth, and I'm just I
but
wish
then
I could
it-
relate. I'm sorry.
It goes back to now for other people's birthdays, I feel bad because I don't give a fuck about my birthday. So then in turn, I automatically don't give a fuck about other people's birthdays.
Okay.
But then I'm like, oh shit, some people actually care about their birthdays. Like Tori's birthday this year, I did a big scooper-doo. Also, I didn't have money. I do have your gift now shipping from Japan, as I told you earlier today.
Oh,
It's some weeb shit.
I
it's
bought
all right.
it.
My birthday is February 13th.
Yeah, exactly. I bought it March 5th. Like, I was just like 3
Right
weeks
on
late. I was just
time.
like,
but
I should probably. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to give him something. So better late than never.
yeah, the sentiment is there. As long as
Exactly.
like the sentiment and the good-heartedness is there, I think it's fine.
I'm gonna
give
get you the best gift for your birthday right on time.
I fucking hate that shit because then I feel like a shitty person. I'm like, fuck, people actually care about this shit.
I
So-
like. Okay, sorry. I like my birthday because
Oh, right,
I
okay.
get like money from my family. You know what I mean? Like they'll send me cards with money and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, and I'm like, hell yeah, payday, let's go. And then I go to the club and I throw it on strippers. I don't do that.
male
but-
strippers.
Oh, got him! Oh, he's gay.
What's wrong with that?
Please donate
Nothing.
to any LGBTQ
the Trevor
communities.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's there was some guy, I forget his last name, but his name was Trevor, and he passed away due to a hate crime, and so they started a foundation for LGBTQ plus communities.
Way to bring down the mood, you weeb. All right, so I like birthdays because I want to get fat stacks of cash. You know what I'm saying? I want checks. Also, love you, Grandma. Sorry about that. But yeah, I don't know. You said you have a really good family for that.
Yeah, like you guys are bashing like phone calls from family members and stuff, and like I can understand that, but for me, on my birthday and on just any family member's birthday, my immediate family will always call them and sing. And I know you don't like that, but it's so ingrained in my family history that it just kind of happens. Like on my birthday, I'll get a call at like 7 o'clock at night from my home phone number, and I'll be like, "Well, here we go," and I'll just turn it on and be like, "Hello," and then just set my phone down and like let it play, and I just kind of sit there and smile for a second as it finishes out, and then I pick up and talk to
That's
them.
the saddest shit I've ever fucking heard.
It's so nice.
I hate your
think.
happiness.
I know. I'm
Why? Okay,
sorry.
why? I feel like this is a great segue. Why do we care what family thinks about us?
It's because it's what you're raised in for 18 years.
We're always taught so much that family is like the most important thing
Yeah,
of
and
all
it-
time.
it
Is
stems-
it though?
it
Is
stems-
it?
No, here's my hot take of the day on this.
Go,
Here's my
let's get
hot
it. Let's
take of
get
the
it.
week.
Let's get it.
I don't give one single fuck if we are blood. If I don't like you, I don't like you. Just
Yep.
because we're related,
Yep.
that doesn't mean shit for shit. I don't have to speak to you. We don't have to be even slightly fucking sociable with each other. There's no reason necessary. And I've heard my mom say time and time again, "Oh, well, family's all you have." No, I have and it sounds lame as shit, but I have a family of choice with my
Yep.
friends. These are the people that I want to hang out with.
I don't
These are
got
the people
friends.
that I
I
socialize
got
with.
family. Vin Diesel 2017.
That was in the Tomb Raider movie, just to say that.
Really?
Yeah, that standard ass line.
Oh God.
But it's there's no need. I don't see a purpose for it. When there's no fucking
I'm going next, buddy. Hold it.
I just don't see a purpose for it because if we don't like each other, we don't like each other. And it's not that we despise each other. It's just, no, we don't have anything in common.
Yep.
So why would we force something just because we're related? That means nothing. It's just we come from people who know each other. I'm not best friends with my friends' friends.
Yep.
And that's what it feels like. I love my mom, but do I have to love her family? Do I have to love not just individual people, because I love my grandmother, but just because my aunts and uncles or something want to get together with a whole family sometimes, I don't want to do that because I'm putting myself, again, in an extrovert situation that, one, I'm not comfortable with, and two, these are people I don't really know, so I'm forcing myself to try to be polite, civil. Not that I just go out and say fuck you to all of them.
You can't even be yourself. You're just being what you think they want you to be.
Exactly. I'm being whatever conversation they start up, I'm being exactly what they want, so I can get that conversation done, and we're fucking out. I am the pinnacle of saying, hey, I'm going to grab a plate of food, maybe grab a quick drink, say hello to everyone, say goodbye to everyone, slip on my coat, I'm out the door.
Yep. Yep.
So my quick wedge before you go.
Go quick, yeah.
Tori, and this also applies.
You better
for
fucking
you.
make it speedy.
At what age did you have this kind of mindset fall on you?
Oh God, it fucking instantly.
Middle
Really?
school.
Instantly. I've never liked going to family gatherings.
Okay.
I've always
And that wasn't
family
me like pushing you into a specific answer that I wanted you to say. I was just curious.
Yeah, exactly. It's been
'Cause-
forever.
We live with our family, our immediate families for the first 18 years of our lives, standardly.
Yeah, I have
and that-
cousins
that
who I'm really
really-
close with because of that.
Yeah, but it
But
just
we have
shapes,
something to relate with each other.
Yeah, it just shapes your kind of ideal of what a family should be if it's pushed into you hard enough.
Okay.
My parents were divorced. Feel bad for me.
Yeah. Okay, so one, I do think that that's part of it, but like also so just like you, I love my grandmother, and I even go. My family's so much like extroverts, and we need to like family's most important thing that every Saturday morning they meet for coffee and donuts at my grandma's house, and it's like aunts and uncles and everything. And guess what? I am the only grandson that goes every single week.
Really?
I almost never miss it, and I don't like it. I don't like that I go, but I love my grandma so much that I don't. Who knows? I have friends who don't have any grandmas, so I don't know how long I'm going to have her. And I want to make the most of that time, and I want to make her happy, and I want her to have good memories of me being there. But like, I am more nervous to go in front of my family, and we've talked about this, than I am to go and give a speech in front of people.
Yep.
Because no one has ever judged me harder and like cut to the bone more severely than my family has.
And that's really unfortunate. And like, I feel for you. I really, really do. I don't want that to ever come across that I don't feel for you. Because I was brought up in such a wildly different environment, and it only really hit me in like late high school that like, oh, families can suck. And like for me, that epiphany of, family isn't necessarily by blood, like what Tyler was talking about, didn't really hit me until late high school. But for you two, it happened a lot earlier because of this kind of thing that you're talking about. And, it took me a bit to start to realize and understand that. But now that I'm at a point that I can understand it, I feel like it's a lot easier for me to talk about with people. So I'm glad that we could talk about this.
Do you mean like
kind of stuff.
do you feel like you've sort of found where you fit in the shuffle there?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Because
I've just always been a black sheep. Me and my brother have always been the black sheep, and I don't know how to fit in more because I just don't relate to them on almost any level at all.
So
It's sense of humor, it's taste in all things
exactly.
ever.
And if it doesn't fit, if you don't fit in with them, or if they're not people you want to associate with, you shouldn't try to force yourself to associate with them. I don't want to associate myself with people I deem not healthy for me almost. I don't want to put myself in situations where I don't like this. I'm done with putting myself in situations where I do things just to make other people happy like that. Because and I want to clear the air. I don't hate my family or anything. Not by any means. I have a good time with them when I see them, like Thanksgiving, Christmas. I have a good time with them. It's just I don't think it's that important. I don't think getting together all the fucking time is that important. And I don't deem it necessary for me to keep in contact with them all throughout the year just because we know the same people.
But it doesn't. I'm gonna go off on something, and I feel like we gotta wrap it up. So what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, on a casual conversation basis, my immediate family and slightly extended family, so like grandparents, aunts and uncles and stuff, they're kind of still evolving. Like they've started to change how they like view the world, which is very fortunate for me because I'm also doing that at the same time. So like my uncle, who's a teacher, and is like active on Twitter and like up to date on like the world news and everything.
We should give him a gun.
What? No.
Arm our teachers.
So like my uncle, I can relate to him more now than I could when I was a kid because, I was a kid. He was an adult. He had his own life. I had my own life and shit like that. But now that I'm older, we're kind of like streamlining viewpoints and experiences, which is really interesting to me. So like, you know, a couple of years ago, if I said like something political out loud at a family gathering, probably 90% of my family would just kind of like be like, haha, yeah, and like completely ignore it.
Oh, like, oh, you're a kid. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Or
My
like,
family still treats me like that.
or like they just don't care because it doesn't affect them. But now that I'm a little bit older and they've kind of gotten into like this political spectrum, I can say something political and actually have a conversation about it.
Your family's so much different than mine. It's ridiculous. My family looks at me like I am some stupid little insignificant. Oh, we've all earned it because we're in our 40s, 50s, whatever. But you're nothing. Like you went to college when you had computers. You didn't even have to try. Everything's so much easier for you guys. Oh, you're or like, oh, you have more liberal skewing views. Like, oh, well then you're a. Like your opinion doesn't even matter because you're not even old enough to like make a decision that matters and anything like that. My family is so critical on every single level. I like freeze up, like the introvert in me super comes out when I'm around family because they make fun of me for everything and they cut to the bone on things that I'm insecure about. And they hit me at this place where I freeze up and I get so nervous and I like stumble over words just trying to say hello or goodbye to them. And then they make fun of me more for that. So then I get even more nervous and then no one sees the real me because instead all I do is say yes, no, and then try and stay to my own because if I do anything outside of that, if I try to bring up my own interest or whatever, or if like, oh, what are you doing today? Or like, on Saturday mornings, they'll be like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? And I always just say nothing because if Tyler's coming over, that's not noteworthy. But then they make fun of me because I don't do anything. Like they're like, oh, you're just a little nerd who sits in all day. Like, and they, oh, you have a PlayStation, you play video games? What are you, 7 years old? And they make fun of me for that. And they make fun of me for like just every single thing I do. I'm going to school for video production. That's a creative field. Good luck making money with that. Every single thing, they just cut straight through me.
I know
Sorry.
exactly. No,
you're
I know.
fine. You
no,
are
I know
absolutely
exactly
fine.
what you mean with your family looking at you weird. Because like going to the political thing, when I say out loud to my family at family gatherings, I won't rest until the streets run red with capitalist blood. They all look at me like I'm some sort of weird fucking freak.
Like I'm some sort of revolutionary.
They all look at me. Get that Marxist shit out of here. And I raise up the pitchforks and I stab the nearest aunt and I say the bourgeoisie will fall. And then apparently panic ensues and they call the cops.
Taylor, get us out of this, please.
Okay, before we end, I just want to say to both of you, you are important. You are validated.
Thank you.
You have taken all of these things that your family have said about you, which are basically bullies at this point.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And you've pushed through and you have done everything that is going to fucking piss them off because you decided to do it and you're going to be successful in it.
I hope so. Thank you.
No, you will be.
Thank you.
Shut the fuck up. You will be.
You have taken all that negative energy from your
Motherfucker.
family and you have in turn bullied me instead.
And to you, Tyler, you may not want to talk to your family all the time because of the person that you are. And that is totally fine. You are your own person. Like you said, you need to focus on you. And that's just what you have to do sometimes. Because you are a person and you need to fucking self-care, okay? And to anyone listening who is having any familial issues, whether it be blood or not blood, take a day, relax, analyze it, and then come at it with a clear head.
Do what is best for you.
Yes, do what is best for you.
Absolutely.
And if you have the ability, I cannot stress this enough. Therapy is
Therapeutic.
amazing. Didn't really want to bring it up on the podcast, but I am seeing a therapist right now.
Good job.
Good job.
It's
Yeah,
great.
good for you.
It's
great.
so fucking good. And like the best part about therapy, I had no idea. I had no idea what it would be like to walk into a therapist's office and start talking to someone like that. The best part about therapy is if you're having an issue and you walk up to a therapist and say, hey, this has been bugging me, that's what you talk about. It is fully on whatever you want to talk about at that given moment in time. And they will help you through that. So if you have the ability, please, please, please take care of yourself. Even if you're feeling like just a little down, it is probably one of the best things you can do for yourself. And on that serious note, unfortunately, we do have to end the podcast because we're a bit over time. But Thank you so much for listening in, tuning
Thank
in,
you.
watching in, whatever you do to consume this
Thank
podcast
you.
and all the media we create. It means so much to us.
He really does.
And if you want to reach out to any one of us for like podcast material, topic material, games you want to see us play, or anything, please reach out to us on any form of social media or in the comments below. My name is Taylor,
My name is Tori.
My name is Tyler.
and this has been Baseless Claims.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.